Hello, welcome to Melon Kitchen. Thanks for watching my What's for Dinner video. The first one I made was a pizza meal. I used the pita bread for the crust and made individual pizzas. I used spaghetti sauce for the sauce. You could use barbecue sauce, ranch, Alfredo, whatever you like. I just used some spaghetti sauce. Next, I added some grated cheese. This is a Mexican blend kind. Cheddar works great, mozzarella, a blend of whatever cheeses that you like. We like to have pepperoni on our pizza, but tonight was just simple cheese. I like pineapple, so mine had some pineapple. And I'm just gonna put these in the oven. They only take about 10 minutes on 350. I also added some Italian seasoning, which I need to buy some more of, because I used it all there. And that is it. It's very simple to make. They're very tasty. I decided also to add a little bit of Parmesan. A little extra flavor there. With a light salad. And that was meal number 1. For meal number 2, I made some drumstick chicken legs. I just put a little avocado oil on them with some paprika, Lawry's garlic salt, and fresh cracked black pepper. And I just baked those until they were ready to go. I also made some homemade salsa with some Roma tomatoes and some serranos. I just heated those up on the stove, and then I put them in the blender with some Lawry's garlic salt and some fresh garlic. Blended that, and then in the pan that I used to cook the tomatoes, I added some butter and melted that, and added a couple cans of the black beans. Pinto beans also work great for this, and just made some refried beans to go with the chicken. Like I say, Lawry's garlic salt is a favorite of ours, and I put it on all different kinds of food, really. So then I also made some cabbage for a side vegetable, just steamed it with some butter and garlic salt again. And that was dinner number 2, and that salsa was so good. Me kale pesto with white cheddar pasta sauce from Costco. This is the first time I'm going to be trying it, and I'm going to be making a chicken lasagna with this as the sauce and this as the noodles. Egg wraps with cauliflower. These are only 30 calories per wrap. They're keto friendly, 0 net carbs, dairy free, gluten free, and paleo friendly. So instead of noodles, I'm going to be putting this in as a substitute. Also going to be adding some bacon. I've got the chicken right now in the Instant Pot. I'm going to put some cheddar cheese to go with it, cottage cheese, and some seasoning. And let's get cooking. The sauce smells so good. I am just going to put a little bit down in the bottom and spread it around so that the crepes won't stick. You could also spray some of your favorite cooking spray. I have run out of that. So I am just going to be putting this down here, quick little layer. Smells so flavorful. I am just going to add a little bit of the garlic salt and ground pepper to my cottage cheese. And I'm going to add in a little bit of the sauce and mix that together. I've put down the first layer of crepes, and I'm doing 2 on each side because they're very thin. So 2 per layer on each side. And I'm going to start with the meat layer and then add in I'm going to start with the meat layer and then add in the cottage cheese layer. I've got my meat spread around. Now I'm going to add in the cottage cheese. Got the cottage cheese in place. Now I'm going to add in another layer of the crepes. So I just repeated the process, and now I'm going to add the final layer of crepe, which I think I'm just going to do a single layer, and then I'm going to add the rest of the dressing. I have the sauce layer down, and now I'm going to put some cheddar cheese on top and bake it in the oven on 350 for about 20-25 minutes. Forgot to show you guys the cheese on top, just a light layer of cheddar, so I'm going to pop this in the oven. And it smells incredible. I toasted it on broil just a little bit. I'm going to be digging into this soon here and letting you know what I think. So I loved trying this, you guys. It was flavorful. The sauce has a little bit of a tanginess, which I think comes from the kale. But overall, with the chicken and the cottage cheese and the crepes, it really helps to balance that tanginess. And it was low carb. I was hesitant to use the wraps as noodles because I was like, is that really gonna, be satisfying for lasagna? And you guys, it worked perfect. I really enjoyed it. I didn't feel like I was missing any noodles with eating it. I just did a side of some cabbage with a little butter, and this meal was great for dinner. Dinner number 4 is a comfort food, a southern type comfort food. It is tater tot casserole. And I've got some cream of mushroom soup with a little bit of milk there in my casserole dish. And I'm going to be adding some frozen green beans. You could use canned green beans. I like the frozen. They're a little more, they have more texture when you're eating them. You could do a mixed veggie that's frozen. You could even add in corn if you wanted. Whichever you like. You use whatever tater tots that you like. Even the tater tot rounds work well. I normally use cheddar, but I use white cheddar this time. And you're going to do a light layer of that. I cooked up the hamburger. Some of it I froze for another meal. And then I added the hamburger in with my green beans and gave that a quick mixing. And then we're ready for the cheese layer. I'm going to use about half of this. And then I'm going to also sprinkle some on top of the tater tots. And it just adds a little cheese onto the tater tots. And it gets extra toasty, and it's really yummy. And there we have it. It's going to go in the oven for about 30-35 minutes on 350. And it's great with some red hot if you like a little something hot, or some salsa to give it a little of a kick. And there we have it. It is very tasty, satisfying comfort food all in one casserole dish. Thank you so much for watching this What's for Dinner episode of Melon Kitchen. My name is Karissa, and I share grocery hauls, recipes, and food reviews. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.